Stop what you're doing, take a deep breath, and look at the screen. You've just entered the Throwback Thursday edition of the Conservative Viewpoint. I'm Charlie. It's tonight, guys. Yes, it is Throwback Thursday. We are not just reading the news, we are decoding the collapse of the old guard. It's Thursday, April 16th, 2026, and the world is heavier than it was yesterday. But you're here because you want the truth, and I've got it. First up, the explosion in California. Eric Swalwell is out. He didn't just resign, he vanished from the political stage under a cloud of allegations so dark they make DC midnight look like high noon. But here is what the talking heads won't tell you. This isn't just about misconduct. This is about the Democratic blackmail machine. We're looking at how the establishment keeps their soldiers on a short leash. They keep the files, they keep the secrets, and the moment you stop being useful or start thinking for yourselves, they pull the cord. Tonight, we're showing you how they use blackmail to keep their own people in a state of permanent fear and total control. And while the circus in DC distracts the masses, something truly terrifying is happening in our own laboratories. 10 of our nation's top scientists have either died under strange circumstances or simply just ceased to exist. Poof, vanished. All since 2023. We're talking about geniuses like Monica Rizas, yes, from NASA, JPL Hubbard, and while dead air while hiking, and retired General Neil McCaslin, a man who held the keys to our most classified aerospace secrets and UFO research from Los Alamos to MIT. The people who hold America's crown jewels of technology are being picked off or erased. Is this a security breach, a foreign purge, or something even more out of this world? We have the names, the dates, the connections they don't want you to see. It's enough to make your head spin, right? The world is moving fast, and most of it's headed in the wrong direction. But that's why we have this hour to get together, maybe an hour and a half tonight. Once we have finished these final updates on the news, we are stepping away from the chaos. We are leaving the blackmail, the disappearances, and the 2026 madness at the door. We are firing up the time machine and headed back to the simpler times of the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. We're going to find some peace in the nostalgia, some strength in the classics, and a lot of good old-fashioned American spirit. Because the news is heavy, but the memories are gold. So sit back, let the world fade away, and enjoy the show. This is the Throwback Thursday edition of the Conservative Viewpoint, and we begin now. Hi, everyone. Yes, I know I went in here early again. I keep forgetting that Vic is not doing a show on Thursday, and there's a reason why you can't go back to London. Why is that, Rock? And hi, Rock. But yes, I keep forgetting she's not doing a show, and then I come down here at 8 to get going, and I like should have known it and just put it out at 8 o'clock and come down here early, and so we had time to do stuff and play around and stuff like that. Oh, shit. Hold on one second. I got to take this one. It's important. I am live right now. Hi. We're sitting there. I said I had to take this call. It's important, so I didn't tell you who it was. So, yeah, yeah, okay. Hmm. Oh, that's who it was. I remember that. Okay, okay. I'm going to get to that here in about 2 seconds. Thanks. All right, guys, that was an important update I needed for the beginning of the show here with all this stuff that I got in here. So, hey guys, welcome to the show. We're going to get busy because I added some more stuff just because of the fact that I had a little bit of extra time now. So, yes, I got the call there, Dover. So, I had to take that one. It was an important call for me. So, we got an extra half hour to deal with now, so we can have some fun with this tonight. We're definitely getting our Throwback Thursday. That's the important part, right? That's the time for us to have some fun, sit back, relax, and we're going to enjoy the nostalgia and everything that we're going to go over. So, guys, let's give some shout outs now. We got Facebook over here. We got YouTube. We got Twitch, X. We've got Rumble, Getter, and Kick kicking it right there. And I got to keep moving. I need to move this one somewhere else so I can, maybe I'll move it over here and those two over here, but I can't really see when they're that small. I got to get me another TV is what it is. Kurt, what's happening, Kurt? Let's see if I got anybody else in here real quick. So, nope, I'm going to go back here right now. So we got Rumble over here with the Whipkin Warriors in it. So let's find out who we got over here. And I know Rock Justice was in here earlier today. And left me a message. And Fix, the Fix is in right there. Fixer is right there, Mr. Fixer. And Sean, SL20 was in here earlier too. Yes, sir. Gotta love it, guys. Texas John, I know he's on his Harley right now, heading from the restaurant back home. He's going to come on back on in a little bit. And I don't expect a lot of people being in here right now because I did go early without any real notifications to you guys. I'm sorry about that. But Kurt from the Bayou, that man is here. I love it. Got to get down to see him in the Bayou. And Rock Justice is right there, man. I'm telling you what. Facebook ain't friend. Oh, no. Oh, I got something on that one, too. I don't like being called a liar. You guys know that, right? I hate liars, and I'm going to show you someone here in a second. But we're going to shoot over here to the Getter gang, and we've got a couple in here. Shell. My Shell is right there. Yes, she is. And Dover. What's happening, guys? Up, touchdown. Texas John's back. Right there he is. And, guys, welcome to the show, everyone. Anyone new to the show, welcome. I got an announcement, but that's going to be later on when everybody gets in here so they know it. But thanks for tuning in with me this early. And we'll give some shout outs to people as the night goes on when they're coming in here thinking, wow, am I late or are you early? Yes, I'm early. So that's why I put it in Getter that I was early, because I thought, what the hell? I'm sitting down here anyways. Might as well get it out, get on, get done, and we can have some fun. I don't have to go so fast like I always do. And so, yes, I've had a busy day today. Took my truck to get it checked because I think I told you guys that my radiator light kept coming on, radiator fluid light. This is like the third or fourth time it did it. I took it in today, and guess what? They don't know what's wrong with it. She said the manager said that they put 6 ounces of fluid in it. They left it sit. They pressurized the system. No leaks nowhere. It's losing fluid somewhere. No, but the light comes on as soon as I start my truck, and then once it warms up, it goes off. It doesn't come back on again until next day. It's either really cold outside or it just feels like coming on. So they got to do something. That and my diesel, my DEF fluid in it and stuff. There's a couple of little issues, and my factory warranty runs out in about 11 months. So, and I don't have another warranty on it. So I'm going to have to find me another extended warranty on that thing, because that's going to cost me like $3,000 or something like that, $3,500. Yeah, no, but I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see what happens, guys. But we're going to get busy here. What do we got in here? I'm going to Raising Cane's with my son. Oh, cool. I've heard that. A guy that banks refused to give me a loan. He went to work on an oil rig, and now he's a billionaire. Of course he was, Rock. My wife once worked for a company that designed the oil rigs on the North Sea. That's cool. I'll get out. I'm betting too, John, but they're saying there's nothing in the oil. The oil is fine. They checked everything. I don't know. It's got to be going somewhere. Cars do not use radiator fluid. They didn't when I was still a mechanic back in the day on the old stuff. Now with this new computerized stuff and shit, like I can't work on those cars.
I can still change the spark plugs and stuff, which nowadays you don't even need to change those anymore. But and the oil changes, brakes, I can do all that still on them. But when it comes to the computer stuff, forget that crap. And Dodge is supposed to come up with an update on their new Dodges for a computer update that's supposed to fix some of this stuff with the def and all that stuff. It ain't going to fix me losing antifreeze. So we'll see what happens with that. But guys, yes, we're going to go to start with the local elections here because that's what I was going to give you yesterday. And I had a little conversation on Facebook with Bartolotta, and she wants to call me a liar. And it pisses me off because all my information that I put out are not lies. They come from her own mailers. Oh, yeah, all of them come from her. And she wants to sit there and call me a liar. So the fact is, remember I told you that she turned over to be Republican back in 2014. Why? And I found out why. She don't have to tell me why, and I know it. Because she was running for this same seat against Tim Sullivan. They were both Democrats. And you know how many Republicans were running for that seat that year? None. Can anyone guess why she switched to Republican? Sullivan was having, or Sullivan, however you said, I can't remember, was having some bad luck, and people were like discontent with him. So all she had to do was weasel her ass over to Republican, and she knows she could win. That's the only reason she did it. She wasn't going to go head to head with him in a general election or primary election, whatever the first one is. I keep forgetting primary, I think. And so she couldn't do it. So she switched over to Republican, and then she took it. And she took it back in those days. I think it was, she won by about 15,000 votes, I think it was. Maybe a little less than that. Wasn't very much, but she got 53% of the votes that year. He got like 47, I think, or 48, something like that. Wasn't a high thing. So that's the reason she switched over. It wasn't because she's a Republican and she's some conservative, big conservative person. It's not a fact at all. But she wants to sit there and call me a liar and to do what a perfect Democrat does and call you out in front of people thinking she's going to make me look bad by sitting there saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. Lies. She did exactly that. And the fact is that she hasn't been up against anybody like that. And she sits there and tells me that I don't know Al Buckton. Problem is, I do know Al Buckton. And she wants to keep calling him a liar. Oh, yeah. She sat there earlier today and she told me something about, let me see if I can find it real quick here. Where the hell is she at? Right there. Damn it. There to go. Yeah, she had to put it out on Facebook. She wants it up, but so we'll go. She's talking about Al Buckton, and he was told by two courts that she can't even spell either. Has not lived in Washington County. Holy crap! I was at the hearing. Remember, guys? And she wants to sit there and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and I was at the hearing. She was not. And she said that he's just telling that about his residency. No, he actually is in there. And the first judge, even said, he didn't move out of the district. And they're making a big deal about it. Problem is, she's still trying to force her opponent off the ballot by doing another appeal on this. It's not going to work. And she's sitting there talking about there's 68,000 registered Republican in Washington County and 11,000 in Greene County. He has to pretend he moved, which he did move. And she doesn't know what to talk. And then she goes, here's a lie that she told me. And she wants to call me and him a liar, too. And she says, there's even a woman who worked in the salon next door have been telling people that he does not live at that residence. He has only stated this for his own political gain. Well, that's a lie because the people in that salon said he's a great guy. He's over there doing all kinds of stuff all the time and everything. And it's quoted in the newspaper. And all you got to do is look at that. And she wants to sit there and call people liars. Only her. She doesn't lie. No, she doesn't lie at all. She's a worthless twit. She wants to sit there and I hate being called a liar. Oh man, do I? Oh, and I hate liars too. And I've told you guys that before. So she has never been running against anyone. She run in 2018 against this weak ass Democrat, James Craig. She got like 58% of the vote because he was a weak ass punk and he wasn't doing nothing. Then she ran 2022 unopposed. Now she's finally being forced to someone that could actually stand hand to hand to her, and she can't stand it. She's losing her freaking mind, acting like a child, acting like a Democrat is what she's acting like. And you don't like it? I don't give a shit, camera, because we've got her lies all right here. Because she wants to sit out there and put these mailers where I get all my information from too. Plus, you could go online and you can research all this stuff. This is the pathetic part about rhinos and Democrats and everything. Because she wants to put all this shit down. And Karen delivers for the 46th district more than $7 million investments in district rail infrastructure. Well, guess what? She had shit to do with that. That is money that they get every year. That is a federal grant that's given to them to improve rails and all that stuff. Oh yeah, but she wants to put it down like she did it. No, it's a fact she did not. And then all this $2.3 million for wastewater and water projects, 46th district. Well, a couple of them that she said has never happened. Where's the money? Well, why hasn't it started yet? Then the other ones are transportation projects, more than 5 grants for Green in Washington County. Green County gets shit for money, but they give them money to what? Put a Starbucks and a restaurant in. But we got all this shit. We got our taxes going through the roof. We got our utilities going through the roof. And this is what she says she fights for too. More lies right here. And that's hers. Oh yeah, all coming from her. Her again. All come today. Whoa, what do we got here now? Oh, Al Buckton asked you to vote for him. He said it, but first thing Buckton did was lie to you about where he lived. See? She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And Democrats do this perfectly. Great. Perfectly. Because this is a lie. Because he lives in the district. It doesn't matter where he lives. He lives in the district that he's running for. It doesn't matter, you twit. But she wants to put all these lies down. And this is why I keep telling you people. And mainly it's going to go out for the Facebook people because of the fact that's where a lot of the people that live in this district are from. And it's a fact that she's lying, and these people are believing her and believing that she's actually a Republican conservative. She's not. She's playing this game because nobody's ever forced her out to do it. And she can go back to Democrat because she already said when I heard that she was going to go back to Democrat to run if she lost against Al. Oh yeah. Now, of course, she's not going to answer that, but that's probably because that's what she did when she ran against that Tim Sullivan. That's a fact. Here's another line. I told you this before. Yeah, look, conservative. If you're a conservative, you don't have to put that. My name is Conservative Viewpoint and Country Conservative because it's my show. She has to tell people that she's actually conservative because she doesn't show it, right? Well, this is a lie that she said right here. I showed you this before. Not this one, but another one she sent out. And she sits there and said, Karen Baldwin stands with President Trump to keep communities safe. Really? Well, she never endorsed Trump, but she endorsed Shapiro, right? And it is a sad reality that we all live in an increasingly dangerous and scary world. As legislators, it is our duty to continue taking measures to equip communities with the security needed to migrate these dangers. And guess what? The dangers were illegal criminals that she helped bring into this country. Oh, yeah. She did not help stand with Trump whatsoever. And I got more on that one, too. Oh, yeah. Whether it is undermining President Trump, and this is from the Citizens Alliance PAC of PA, undermining Trump in the middle of his campaign or rubber stamping the radical Democrats' agenda. We shouldn't be surprised that Cameron Bartolotta completely betrayed the Republican voters when we look at who is bankrolling her campaigns. Well, anti-Trump teacher unions, Philadelphia Democrat unions, anti-Trumps, of course, and liberal trial lawyers. And who is the lobbyist for the many of these liberal Democrats' special interest group? Yes, sir, Bob. one none other than Bill DeWeese himself. He started his own lobby firm. Oh yes. So now he's lobbying for her. And convicted felon Democrat and former politician Bill DeWeese, now married to Cameron Bottolotta, which some people didn't know and some people did know. Remember, disgraced Bill DeWeese is a former Democrat politician who was convicted of political or public corruption. The system is so broken that DeWeese is allowed to swim in the same swamp he helped pollute, but the time as a lobbyist for a radical left-wing causes. Worse than the fact that DeWeese's job is to lobby his own spouse, Cameron Bottolotta, to support his client's radical left agenda, and based on her 12 years of betrayal of Republican principles, and now we see her campaign being bankrolled by DeWeese's liberal friends, Bill lobbying efforts are working. This is unholy, corrupt scheme is why voters have lost trust in Bottolotta and why Republicans deserve a new senator. That is a fact. Hi, Marianne. There's my lovely Marianne right there too, guys. But this is the stuff that's going on, guys. And she wants to sit there and call Al Butkin a liar, and which in fact he's not, because here are some of the things that he now put out that when she called him a liar about what she kept saying, telling everybody he wanted to raise taxes 2 years in a row at Carmichael's high school where he was a board member, which was a lie. Carmichael school officials pushed back against false GOP attack mailer from Cameron Bottolotta. First, they sent out and continued to send false mailers that are proven lies. Then Bottolotta and her Democrat allies weaponized the courts to try to remove Al Butkin from the ballot, still trying to, wasting your taxpayer dollars to deny Republican voters a conservative choice, a real conservative. Judge keeps Butkin on the ballot and bid to challenge Bottolotta's NPA state senate. Cameron Bottolotta doesn't want you to have options to replace her because she's never had to put up with it. Now, some of the things that Al Butkin is trying to do here, and he's trying to end lifetime taxpayer-funded Cadillac pensions for Harrisburg politicians. He wants to pass a gift ban to politicians so lobbyists can't continue to bribe our officials. He wants to forbid the use of uncountable tax-free per diems that the politicians abuse. And finally, pass term limits to phase out these permanent class and career politicians. Amen. With all those so far. And he also wants to ban former Harrisburg politicians convicted of public corruption from being lobbyists. This is one of the most corrupt practices that is still existed today, with former Democrat politician, convicted felon Bill DeWeese, who is now married to Cameron Bottolotta, who works as a lobbyist for left-wing causes. This is corrupt. This is a fact. People wanted to know what he stands for and what he's going to try to do. And this is exactly what he could try to do. Because these politicians can sit there and say, I did this, I did that, but with no proof, you don't have proof of it. You don't see it ever at all. But this is the fact that I'm sick and tired of the lies and sitting there calling me a liar when all the stuff that I come out with, she gives it out in mailers. And it's proof, it's a fact that they do it constantly. And I'm tired of this stuff. And she wants to put this stuff on there without checking facts. She believes her people in there. And I put slacky instead of lackey, and she had to correct me on that. And I said, okay, Teach. And this is just this pathetic stuff that's going on, guys, because our election is coming up here in May. There, you're going to probably hear more about this stuff as we go on. So be prepared. Hey, guess what? I was told that I'm an angry person. Do you guys agree with that? Am I angry? So I'm going to leave that up there in the air for you guys to put in comments. Am I an angry person? Do you see an old friend of mine? I think it's funny. She's great. I love her. I heard this today that I'm angry. She stopped watching my show because I'm so angry. And I don't think I'm angry. I'm frustrated because of the corruption that we're seeing from the Democrat Party. And that's what, and I really don't get angry, though. I get involved, or what do you want to call it, caught up in the show because of the stuff that's going on here with all the criminal stuff that goes on and the corruption and the lawlessness out of the Democrat Party. And it really bugs me. Thank you, Rock. That's called, he said I'm a patriot, and which I am. But I don't empathetic. Thank you, Shell. I couldn't think of the word. But angry is good, Kurt said, yes. But I don't get angry. I get frustrated because we see all the corruption going on, the lawlessness, and nobody gets held accountable. And when you got people like Camera calling me a liar when I'm spewing facts, and anyone can look up the stuff online themselves. It's all online. You can check everything out yourself. You can prove the facts. And I proved the facts on here when she was running against Tim Sullivan when she first got in 2014. That's the only reason she switched over, and that's the only reason she won. Because if she would have stayed a Democrat, she would not have run. And if there would have been another Republican in there, she would not be in there. But in fact, that's the only reason she switched, because of that. They do it all the time. And now she's playing it. Now, I guarantee you, if Al Bucks beats her, and she's going to try to do it, but it's going to be too late. She's not going to be able to do it. So that's probably never going to happen. So we're going to see what happens, but we're going to do it whatever we can. Nobody's going to call me a liar when I get the facts straight from their mouths and their stupid mailers. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. All those lies just keep on coming in the mailbox. That's for sure. Oh, right, guys. No, you're not an angry person. I'm not an angry person. I get into my show and get the frustrations out about these dumbass Democrats. And we got a lot of dumbass Democrats tonight, too, guys. But we're going to get through those because we're going to have some fun with Throwback Thursday tonight. That's for a fact. And these idiots that want to sit there, and I'm not going to even. I want the debate that Al Buckin that asked her to do, and she kept saying that she would only debate somebody that's on the ballot. He is on the ballot, and I couldn't understand why. But they're going to file an appeal again. But how can you go above the Supreme Court? You can't. It makes no sense anyways, because he still stayed in the district. It doesn't matter where he lives. He can live near me, or he can live 25 miles from me, which he is. It doesn't matter. As long as he stays within the district, what does it matter? This is just a Democrat way of trying to cheat, because they can't handle that she's having to work for this one now. She didn't have to work for any of the other ones. Now she has to work to try to win. But people are finding there's some other stuff going on. I can't mention it right now that she is into, that there's some people involved I can't mention. But there's stuff going on right now that could put her in a shitload of trouble. So we'll see what happens with that. So we'll find out. But anyways, okay, let me find out where am I at here. I got to get this one bigger. I got to get me another TV, but that means I have to change my. Oh, right. No, you have common sense. She's a liar. Thank you, State. Isn't she under investigation? That's what the newspaper said. Yes, and that's what we really can't talk about. She is under investigation somehow, and if you can't talk about it, there's some other people involved with the investigation. So when I do get information that I can give you guys, I am going to give it to you, because there is an investigation going on, and we're gonna be watching that as much as possible. So all right, let's go, because I think I have some videos too. And man, is this screwed up today. But we're gonna get into it anyways, guys. And we're gonna start off with them. And this was from Pat. And I don't think Pat came in here yet, but Pat sent me this last night. And I think Mama was in there last night. And yes, you guys can send me any. I appreciate when you guys send me stuff to go over. So make sure you do. Colin from Scotland. Right there he is. Right there, Colin. Some comments aren't appearing. Oh, man, that sucks. I believe Charles compromised. Yeah. Angry white cracker, you racist and sexist. I'm telling you. Hey, Lone Star Lady. Lone Star Lady. Nice to see you tonight. All right. Let's get on with this. Yeah, Pat sent me this. Mysterious disappearance of top U.S. nuclear scientists spark alarm. At least 10 individuals linked to sensitive research programs have vanished or died under suspicious circumstances. Why this matters? These cases are tied to institutions central to U.S. national security, including Los Alamos National Laboratory, NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and the MIT Plasma Science and Fusion Center. which are involved in nuclear weapon development, advanced propulsion system, and next generation energy technology. The clustering of cases around high security research institutions has raised concerns and serious questions about potential espionage, security breaches, and other threats to these critical programs. Now, when she first sent me this and I read part of this, the first thing I thought of was they've been kidnapped. But the fact is that some of these guys have Veritas. Oh, okay. Got you there, Rock. But some of these guys that are missing, and I'll tell you a few of them here, but many of these missing scientists reportedly left their homes on foot, often abandoning essential belongings such as phones, wallets, keys. Alongside the disappearances, several prominent scientists have died suddenly or under violent circumstances. And now the experts are warning that individuals with access to classified or sensitive information could be targets. And former FBI official Chris Swecker has suggested that espionage and targeted abductions cannot be ruled out. Now, I didn't even see that part before I said what I said. Now, Stephen Garcia, 48-year-old government contractor associated with the Kansas City National Security Campus, reportedly disappeared on August 28, 2025. Anthony Chavez, 78, old son bitch, former employee of Los Alamos, vanished in May 4th, 2025. Melissa Cassius, 53, an administrative worker in Los Alamos, disappeared June 26, 2025. Monica Jacinto Reza, I said that in my opening monologue if some of you guys weren't here, a senior scientist at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, disappeared while hiking in California's Angeles National Forest in June of 2025. And William Neal McCaslin, 68, a retired U.S. Air Force Major General and former commander of the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory, vanished in February of 2026. Yes, guys, this is what I'm telling you. And what they are saying are individuals with access to classified or sensitive information could be targets. Well, that's what it's looking like, don't you think? For 10 of them, I could see one, maybe two, okay. 10 of these scientists, they've got to get the CIA out and get their asses over into China, Russia, and any of our other enemies that are trying to keep up with us on technology. They might all be in Gitmo for selling secrets. That could be fixed because we're not being told everything. I don't care who it is, and I don't care who gets mad. We're not being told. And some things, of course, we understand we're not supposed to be told about. You got to have secrets when it comes to running a nation. But the fact is, on stupid stuff like pedophiles in the Epstein files, that is not top secret information. That is not national security. That is protecting pedophiles. That is something that they could release to us. Now, if these people were giving away top secret information about our national security stuff, yes, I say lock them up. But you don't need to hide it. You can say they are arrested, they are in lockdown, they are in some black site somewhere because they gave up information on our country. That is not something that you hide from us. You just don't have to tell everything. You just say, hey, they are treasonous, idiot people, and we've locked them up. That's as simple as that. You don't have to give why. You don't have to give anything. If they've committed treason against us, hey, Mark, here's Lester. What's happening, man? Mark from the UK. Yes, sir, Bob. All right, Bob, Lone Star Lady, you come right back. Big E. Big E, too. Hi, Big E. What's happening, Big E? So, all right, here we go. We're going to try to keep an eye on these mystery scientists because after Pat sent it to me last night, then all of a sudden I'm seeing it on some of the news stations. This is kind of an important thing when you're missing 10 of our top nuclear scientists. Yeah, that's kind of important, don't you think? Uh-oh, the UK is done. What's wrong with the UK there, Rock? Let me know. All right, what else we got here? All right, this has come from, we haven't talked about the DC pipe bomber for a while, but this DC pipe bomb suspect faces 2 new felony charges in the indictment. Cole has been, let me find it here. Alleged coal pipe bomber Brian Cole Jr. has been charged with 2 new felonies in connection with the incident, according to the federal indictments. Cole has been accused of planting pipe bombs outside Democratic and Republican National Committee, which Democrats denied the fact that there was any outside the Republican office too. And I kept telling them it was, but they wouldn't listen. Oh yeah, this is how pathetic it is, but now they got to show it like this, and they probably still don't believe it. They'll probably still call him liar. Well, Cole now has been charged with attempting to use weapons of mass destruction and committing an act of terrorism while armed. He was previously charged with placing pipe bombs and the use of explosive devices and pled not guilty. So they've upped the ante and now put those 2 charges in there. This is like taking way too long, so we're going to see what happens with that no matter what. The UFO needs a little more attention from the scientists to fly. That's probably what it is, Conrad. And hi, Conrad. Because they don't have enough scientists working on the UFO now. I want to see proof of a UFO. I want to see the UFO. I am a huge skeptic when it comes to aliens, except the illegal criminal aliens, and UFOs. I am a skeptic. I don't know if all you guys believe it or not. If you're Ken Starmer is a sick ritual. Uh-oh. Starmer is owned by the watermelons green on the outside, fed red to the corn. Oh, I can believe that. I don't even hardly know Starmer, and I don't like him. But I can't open that. I can't open that right now, Colin. Send that to me in my private message. Oh shit, on Wipkin if you can, so I can see that. We'll show it. And how far are we into it? We're 7 minutes into it now. People are coming, but guys, I will not be here tomorrow night. Sorry, that I will not be here tomorrow night. I've got some things going on. I need to take a break for a day, so I need to take off tomorrow night, guys. That's what I'm going to do. But I will be back Monday, no matter what, for the weekend wrap up. So on with the show. What do we got? Possibly Tom Homan's best comment ever came in this razor sharp response to Pope's criticism of Trump. I wish the Pope would pay more attention to the religious part of it and stay out of politics. All the churches need to stay out of politics. As simple as that. But Tom Homan says, I'm not going to speak for the president. I'm speaking for myself. Homan told reporters on Tuesday. He is a lifelong Catholic, and I wish they'd stay out of immigration. They don't know what they're talking about. Homan said to the point of makes cavalier, clueless remarks because he doesn't understand the collateral damage stemming from the scourge of unfettered illegal immigration. And I thought I had, yes, I have a video on this, so I want you to pay attention to what he said right here.
Mr. Roman, you mentioned the church just now. What's your view on the post that the president posted and then deleted yesterday that many people thought was him depicting himself as Jesus?
Look, I'm not going to speak for the president. I'm speaking for myself, a lifelong Catholic. I wish they stay out of immigration. They don't know what they're talking about. Because if they wore my shoes for 40 years and talked to a 9-year-old little girl that got raped multiple times, or stood in the back of tractor trailer with 19 dead aliens at my feet, including a 5-year-old boy that baked to death, if they understood the atrocities that happened on the open border, I think their opinion would change. And I welcome a discussion with any of them because they don't understand. Illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. What President Trump had the most secure border in the lifetime of this nation right now. Lives are being saved. He's saving thousands of lives a year because he has a secure border. Human traffickers are out of business, right? The cartels are going bankrupt because of that secure border. I wish they'd understand that, because if they did, I think they have a different opinion.
Exactly right. They need to stay out of it. They need to worry about the Catholics and the priests that molested children and stuff. I think that's a little more important than them messing with immigration. Don't you think? I know my family. There's Pat. Pat, I already went over the thing that you sent me about the scientist. Thank you for that, by the way. I just sent that video to your Webkin account. Thank you, Colin. But yes, they need to stay out of the thing and worry about the Catholic religion. My wife's family, and they're all Catholics. My son's Catholic. All of them are Catholic. I'm Methodist, so it means nothing to me. So, all right, let's keep going here. What are we? Oh, let's get back to the rapist, pedophile, whatever he is, Swalwell. Swalwell's rapid fall and career is in free fall. Now we got some more of his victims that have come out, and one of his accusers says, "I'm terrified to speak out." Take a listen.
We turn to Washington now, where it's official. 2 members of Congress have resigned after separate allegations of sexual misconduct. Texas Republican Tony Gonzalez has admitted to a relationship with a former aide. But California Democrat Eric Swalwell has denied everything but what he calls mistakes in judgment. Our Nancy Cordes spoke with 2 of his accusers.
The reception that we've gotten has been amazing.
Annika Albrecht says she never expected one social media video might lead to this. Eric Swalwell dropping his bid for governor and resigning from Congress, all in the span of 48 hours.
I'm terrified to speak out, which is why it's taken me so long.
You thought you'd get blacklisted from Democratic jobs?
Absolutely.
Albrecht met Swalwell on a college trip to D.C. 7 years ago. She claims his offers to mentor her quickly turned suggestive.
He invited me to a hotel to meet him. It was very clear what the connotation was.
Ali Samarco claims Swalwell sent her similar messages and a lewd photo 5 years ago.
Why do you think someone so ambitious would do something this reckless repeatedly?
He thought he was untouchable. He acted with total impunity. He never thought that the consequences of his actions would follow him.
The 2 had never met until 2 weeks ago, when Albrecht urged her close friend Cheyenne Hunt, a Democratic social media creator, to post a video about Swalwell.
You know Eric Swalwell has slept with many of his interns.
It triggered a wave of messages.
One of the first ones who reached out to me disclosed to me that it was a full-on assault.
Another woman accused him of rape just today.
I believe he drugged my drink.
Former model Lana Drews alleges that it happened at an LA event in 2018.
When I arrived at his hotel room, I was already incapacitated and I couldn't move my arms or my body.
Swalwell has denied the assault allegations.
They're absolutely false. They did not happen.
Though he admits he made mistakes in judgment.
What I keep thinking back to is how lucky I am that I didn't go to that hotel, because I think of the other women in the stories and what he could have done to me.
The Manhattan DA's office has confirmed that they are investigating another allegation of sexual assault at a hotel in New York. Late this afternoon, Swalwell's lawyers accused these women of being part of a political hit job. But the ones we spoke to said their only goal here was to stop this from happening again. Tony.
Now that is the biggest load of bullshit I ever heard from him. Because if they were totally false, you would not try to give up trying to run for governor. You would not quit your job in Congress. You would not give and hide. And that's exactly what he's doing. It is not, there's no way it can be false. You would not give up. That is just like giving in and saying, then they said, we talked about that, what, yesterday? Then he said, I made some mistakes, but then you admit to it. This dude is stupid as AOC and all them other ones. And oh my God, you do not, it just doesn't happen. An innocent man does not give up that easy. You do not give that shit up. And I don't want to hear it because he said, what did he say? I'm going to go spend time with my family. And they don't want to spend time with you. They don't want nothing to do with you. You're a pedophile, pervert, and rapist. So what the hell? He does that. You don't contradict yourself. But the problem is, and this all came out and brought out the true workings of the Democrat Party. And Swalwell's scandal reveals how the Democrat Party controls its members through blackmail. And it just shows the fact that what they're doing, they're keeping all this dirty laundry. Remember, this just didn't happen yesterday. This has been going on for 10 years. They've known about this. The media has covered it up. The Democrats have holding on to this evidence to get him out so they can get the person they want in as governor in California. And this is what the Democrats do. The real story here is how the Democrat Party controls their members through blackmail. It's got a blackmail file on all its politicians, and it uses them to leverage and control them until it's time to release it. And this is coming from Stephen Miller. This is how sick and twisted the Democrat Party is, he added, that the next thread we've got to pull out here. And the real story is now how the why did they repeat that? Because he repeated it over again. And this is what they're doing, guys. This is how evil and disgusting this Democrat Party is. How many pedophiles, how many rapists do we have sitting in that government that this Democrat Party knows about, and they're keeping it from us? We're finding out slowly but surely what's going on. And that is the problem that I have with all this. I don't give a shit about Swalwell. I didn't like him. After Fang deal and the fart man on TV, I could care less. He's a lying piece of shit. He wants to sit there and try to bench, what was it, 90 pounds, if that? And it was probably fake plates. And what are they doing now? They're singing again. The Democrats are singing. What is up with this people? These people are clueless. They have nothing to run on. Their Trump derangement syndrome is through the roof. They're trying to lift weights and make them look more manly, which are pussies. Sorry, ladies. They're singing like they've got any, and they're horrible. What are they doing? This is the mental retardation they've got in a Democrat Party. Oh my God. The political is the big circle jerk. You got that right, Fix. Politics is a big circle jerk. And the Democrat are the pivot people. Oh yes. Oh yes, we got that coming up here in a little bit. We got that, we do, because we have time now, so I'm just running through these real easy like. But okay, what else we got? DOJ opens investigation into Swalwell now over his sexual assault. The California Democrat has been accused by 5 women and faces separate probes in LA and New York. So that's going to continue to go. He's got himself into some deep shit. Not only him, they are scandal plagued, but we also got a Republican, Corey Mills, and his days are numbered in Congress too. He's going to be out. Then we also got Schiff. Oh yeah, as the walls close in Schiff's own words come back to haunt him in a reservist pardon video he wished never existed. Well, it does, and here it is.
Have you ever heard of somebody getting a preemptive pardon who was innocent of all crime? Who's just an innocent person? Have you ever heard of that? Just somebody getting a blanket pardon and they're an innocent person?
But no, I think that it's an effort not only to prospectively pardon people for things they have not yet been charged with and may never be charged with, but also it's the president's own family. It's people that have been covering up for the president in addition to his own family. This is the nature of those the president has surrounded himself with, including his family. And that is, it's been essentially a den of thieves environment. And so I think the president views this as his way of trying to protect those that have protected him.
But the problem is, guess what? He got a preemptive pardon from Biden for crimes that they committed during his prop-up time at the White House. Oh, yeah, but no, because that was about Trump, and Trump never preempted pardoned anyone. But Joe Biden did, but that's okay, because they're Democrats. That's right. Oh, yeah, the two-faced people that these Democrats are. And what do people want to call me angry? What the hell? All right, federal judge hands Biden's home state a loss in battle over ICE access to labor data. Oh, yes, it's one win after another. Federal judge ordered Delaware officials to turn over confidential employer and employee data to Immigration Customs Enforcement, delivering a legal defeat to President Joe Biden's home state in dispute over immigration enforcement. That is perfect right there. They got to give up the information no matter what. Now, we're going to keep talking about these mental retarded Democrat people because of the fact, listen to this one. This one just came in. I just added this not long ago. But Democratic representative calls to eliminate the President of the United States from the office right now. Just with that title, what do you go with, right, guys? Right? Listen, Democrat Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman called for President Trump to be eliminated from office on Wednesday. That's what they're saying, just eliminated. To me, that's kind of a threat, I would say. But during a House Budget Committee hearing, Watson Coleman said that if we wanted to eliminate abuse and fraud, we need to eliminate the president for the United States from office right now. The rest of the psychobents and his administration that are allowing him to do many illegal things. But they never put out what the illegal things are. They just say illegal things, but never can say what the illegal things are, because guess what? He's not doing anything illegal. Nothing. But all she wants to do is say he needs eliminated. To me, I would take that as a threat. Wouldn't you? I think you would, wouldn't you? Yeah, I think you would. So if evidence of a crime is found, they are excused for committing it. Exactly, Conrad, right? But it's okay for Joe Biden and his minions and the auto pen to give all these preemptive pardons for somebody. And they admitted to it too. They admitted that these pardons are for the crimes they committed during their time in his office. That's exactly what they said. So they admitted to them doing crimes, but I'm going to pardon them now so they can't get taken out by Trump and his DOJ under lawful conditions. So they admitted to it, and now this is what's going on. But Trump's not allowed to do it because he's a Republican. But Democrats can pardon whoever the hell they want, and it's okay for that. Texas Tammy, howdy from the rink. She's at the rink. She always says hi. I love her for that. Thank you, Tammy. All right. What do we got? Oh, listen to this one. This one just came to 2. I had to add it since I'm not going to be here tomorrow night. And I'll repeat that again at the end. So if anybody who wasn't here, yes, I will not be here. I'm going to take a long weekend and get prepared for Monday in the weekend wrap up. But Democrats are already on standby to sue if the Save America Act becomes law. Let me repeat that. Democrats are already on standby to sue if the Save America Act becomes law. They're going to sue now because you have to show ID. But you got to get into Obama's pathetic-looking library, museum, whatever it is, but you got to show an ID. But you don't have to show an ID to vote. You have to show ID to get cough medicine, but not to vote. You got to show ID to get beer, but not to vote. Or marijuana, and not to vote. Does anybody see a problem with this? Wonder why I'm so angry. I'm not angry, damn it. I'm frustrated. Minnesota Democrats unite. Get this. To block Walsh and Ellison's impeachment push. They have been caught up in the fraud. They are part of the fraud, the billions of dollars in fraud in Minnesota. And now the Democrats in Minnesota have blocked it, so they can't get impeached. You heard me right, guys. I can't make this stuff up. This is why I said about the Democrats' corruption and why I get frustrated over this stuff. Not angry, but frustrated. Here's another one. And they wonder what this is about. We've already talked about part of this. Democrats block bid to defund Cesar Chavez monument despite the child sexual abuse allegations. Here they go, once again, protecting pedophiles like they are doing right now. Not only that, with the Epstein stuff, with this pride bullshit, LGBTQEFG, all that stuff. I had some great videos. I did not get downloaded because of that, and I can't remember who sent it to me, but I do have it marked down about that for LGBTQ plus 123, whatever it is. You know what it is. But they're protecting they want to put a statue up, a monument of a child pedophile. So how much more do you need to hear about these Democrats and how they are a party of pedophilia, the party of violence, the party of corruption, the party of everything wrong with this country. Right there it is. Oh, speaking of pathetic Democrat, Hillary Clinton urges Republicans to rein in Trump over Iran strike, warns of irreparable damage. The bitch that let our people die in Benghazi, and she has enough nerve to run her big ass, nasty looking mouth about Trump doing the legal thing and stopping terrorists. When that lousy scumbag bitch let our people die in Benghazi because she's a cowardless troll, oh my God, that's not angry, that's frustration. I'm gonna love that one. I wish she was on. I wish she would watch the show tonight. I get a laugh. I love this girl. I've known her for a long time. Long time. And oh yeah, and she doesn't know it because she thought I was quiet back then. I wasn't quiet. For what I was doing for her, I was definitely not quiet. California bill. This comes from Nick Shirley. They're trying to stop. They're trying to, how do you want to say it? Censor conservative podcasters like me, like Shirley and everybody. They want to stop you from talking. A California bill nicknamed Stop Nick Shirley Act advances and raises free speech concern. Oh yeah, of course, coming out of California, a new bill introduced earlier this year, dubbed the Stop Nick Shirley Act, has sparked debate with opponents arguing that it could limit abilities of citizen journalists like us to record in public, according to state press release. You are allowed to record anyone and everyone as long as you're in public. You can't do it inside private businesses or anything like that, but they are wanting to censor everybody. And there's a full 40-minute video on this from Nick Shirley and his crew. They're exposing the California fraud. Minnesota was the big, but California's even bigger. And they want to stop this stuff from going on. They want to stop people from uncovering the fraud all across the country. What Nick Shirley is doing a great job at. And this is what they're trying. They're trying to stop people from. This is what the Democrats do. That's why they're so pissed off, because Trump shut down all their money laundering operations, and now it's all coming out. So this is what's going on, guys, and why I keep telling you about that. And we're not done with these dumbass Democrats. And we're going back to Virginia, to Spermberger. Oh, yeah, she signs a law to circumvent Electoral College for Virginia voters. This is going to set it up for the Electoral College become member of the compact. They want the Electoral College to be put on as the popular vote. And it was in here. This thing is so screwed up right now. But they do not want the voters deciding what's going on here. They said this law would effectively null and void votes cast in Virginia itself and only give its electoral votes to the nationwide popular vote winner. The compact between states, however, will not go into effect until there are enough states in the compact to reach 270 electoral votes. This is what's going on, guys. This is how they're trying to fix elections. Right here with Spermberger and Virginia's trying to do it too, because they're going to wait until the end to find out who wins by that. But so that means your vote doesn't mean shit. And that's what they're trying to do, because Trump keeps up with his getting these illegal criminals out of this country. That goes the Democrats' voter base. So they're not going to win anything. So they're trying to fix this right now. Only a couple more here as long as my computer catches up. I don't know why I've only got 3 up here. Let me go back here. It's coming up. Oh, yeah. Here's another Democrat-run city or state, Delaware. They have lost over $3 trillion because businesses are fleeing for Texas and other states. Yes, sir, Bob. When you sit there and tell the capitalists that make this country run that you're going to tax them even higher than what they're already paying, they're already paying the majority of the taxes in here. It's like 40-some% that they pay. and you're going to try to tax him even more. What the hell do you think they're going to do, you dumbasses? Because Trump's pissed because McDummy is screwing over New York and ruining New York, and he loves New York. That's why he's got a lot of businesses in New York. But I think he should pull his businesses out of there. But what are you going to do with the high-rise towers that he has over there? And Trump Tower and all that stuff. And his golf course and all the stuff like that. You know, you just can't pick up your hotel and move it to Texas or Florida, right? But this is that's a sad thing going on. Hey, guess what? We're talking about Indians the other day and how India is one of the biggest corruption in the that thing in Texas with the visas, right? Well, guess what? This gas station empire crumbles. 7-Eleven is closing 645 stores. What the hell are the Indians going to do? Holy shit, they own almost all the 7-Elevens around here. But 7-Eleven announced 645 closures across North America, signals deepening economic distress, hitting everyday American workers and small business owners amid persistent inflation and federal policies. Seven and I Holdings plan to discuss the underperforming 7-Eleven locations. I think they have like 13,000 or something like that. The net loss about 445 stores after the opening of 200 new ones, shrinking the change 13,000 North American footprint. Because of the fact that it's not the fact of any other thing, but they said it was other places that are just running them out of business, like the places that have food and stuff like that. Because most of your 7-Elevens don't have food and stuff like that, like Circle K's and Buc-ee's and Wawa's and stuff like that. They got these big stores, you know, and that's what's running them out of business. Most of your 7-Elevens are just dinky ass little, you know, gas station foods and stuff, microwave stuff and candies and stuff like that. So they're not doing much at all. So yes, 7-Eleven is going down also. Gilligan, what the hell? They will just franchise under a different name. Yeah, they probably will fix. Indians will pick up somebody else. Now, the last thing I got for you guys tonight, so we could have some time with our Throwback Thursday edition segment of the show. Disney. I don't bring up Disney, and you guys know I love Disney. Y'all see my tattoos, right? On here. I love Disney when it was not woke. And they went woke with the gay shit and all that. That I do not go with. But guess what? Disney quietly restores ladies and gentlemen's greeting at Magic Kingdom monorail. Yes, they have slipped out of the wokeness, and they have recirculating on social media this week that Disney parks may have restored gender language to at least Magic Kingdom announcement several years after the company dropped such phrasing as part of a diversity and inclusion initiative. When they ruined Disney, they got to say that, when they ruined it. They took out ladies and gentlemen because it offended the people that don't know what they are. It offended mental illness people. It's as simple as that. You go woke, you go broke. And that is why they're doing this, guys, because their numbers have went through the bottom. Oh, yeah, they have went down so bad, it's unreal. I won't go back because, number one, that reason. Number two is because it's so damn expensive. Just to go there for a week, one person, it's going to cost you over $2,000. If you want a 5-day hopper pass and a place to stay and to eat and all that stuff, it's going to cost you $2,000 no matter what. And I couldn't even afford to pull my trailer down there to stay in their campground that they got down there. Their campground's like $200 a night or something like that, maybe even more at Disney Forest or something like that. I would love to. It's a great place. You can rent a golf cart and all that crap. I can't afford it. I can't afford to go there anymore. They're way too damn expensive. And that used to be my happy place. Oh yeah, I even wanted to go work as security in there. Just to be there, because that is was the happiest place on earth until they ruined it. Walt Disney rolling over his grave, what they did to that place. I'm telling you, that was the best place. I love Goofy. Goofy, I got Goofy right here. Oh yeah, underneath the castle, right there, Goofy. Yep, I can't really show it now because my camera's over here. But I like Goofy right underneath the castle here, and oh yeah, I love that place until they ruined it. And it's just as simple as that. They went woke, and they got to choke. As simple as that. All right, let's get this off of here. Get that down. Let me move this over to the big screen. That helps me out a little bit over here. Let me check over here real quick. Ah, Rock was over here next. I didn't see that, Rock. Sorry about that, man. Let me go back over here and see what I got happening real quick. We got time. I sent you a pic. Okay, Tammy, I'm going to look at that. And it's probably over here. Where's it at? Oh, I don't have Wimpkin up because we're not streaming there because they took live off of Wimpkin. All right, let me get back down through here and let's get some videos going on. Oh, that other person, there was that I told you about, that Mills and that Sheila Schriftlis or whatever she was that took all that money. She's out too. They're gonna knock her out of there too. That was what that was about. And I already showed you the Adam Schiff, bug-eyed bitch Schiff. All right, let's get over here and let's get down and let's have some fun. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Nope, that's not it. There it is.
Dial up that static and that golden radio sound. Let's take a trip to solid ground. Throwback Thursday. Let's go to the 60s, 70s, and 80s show. Throwback Thursday, live tonight. 9 p.m. EST. Feeling right.
Now it's time for the great part of Throwback Thursday, folks. It is bright. And we're starting off with something awesome. Mr. Fixer sent me this, and I forgot all about this show, this movie. And if you've never watched it, it's a great movie. And Fix found the funny, a very funny part. The whole movie's funny. Porky's. If you never watched it, Porky's is from like 1981. If you've never watched it and you've got a sense of humor, go back and find Porky's. The first one. The other one's okay too, but the Porky, the first one is. But I'm going to show you the one that Vic sent me, and this is the Tallywhacker lineup. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. Take a watch at this.
I've got him now, and I'm not going to let him slip through my fingers again. Now, all I ask is that you give me 5 boys for a few minutes. The coaches can be present, Tommy Turner, and any 4 boys you see fit to choose. And we can put a stop to this menace. And it is a menace. Well, what are you going to do about it?
5 young boys in the nude, a police lineup, so that you can identify his tallywhacker. Please, can we call it a tallywhacker? Penis is so personal. A penis is so personal.
We can put hoods over their heads to avoid embarrassment. Now listen, we have got to do it, as distasteful as it is. I know it's him. That tallywhacker had a mole on it. And that mole is the key to it.
Mr. Albrecht, do you realize the difficulty of your request? Now, I would be very happy to apprehend the young man myself. But can you imagine what the Board of Education would say if you were granted a lineup in order to examine their private their private parts for an incriminating mole.
But, Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter, I think I have a way out of this. We call the police, and we have them send over one of their sketch artists. And Miss Ballbreaker can give a description. We can put up wanted posters all over school. Have you seen this prick? Report immediately to Beulah Ballbreaker. Do not attempt to apprehend this prick, as it is armed and dangerous. It was last seen hanging out in the girl locker room at Angel Beach High
If you didn't laugh at that, something wrong there. That was funny right there. Thank you for that fix. That was just way, way too funny. I'll tell you what. This is crazy, right? Oh, yeah. So the mole isn't real. No, he painted that on. I tell you what. Miss Ballbreaker. Yes, Kurt. That was just hilarious. Joe Public. I'm glad you made it, man. Throwback Thursday is in rare form right now, man. You just missed Porky's. All right, guys, I got something else here. We got 10 things that used to be free in this country, and it's not anymore. Take a listen.
All right, settle in, folks, because today I'm counting down the top 10 things that used to be free in this country, and somehow they figured out how to charge us for them. Now, I'm not a cheap man. I'll pay for quality. I'll pay for service. But I will not pay for things that used to come with being a customer. And if this list makes you sad, that means you've been around long enough to remember how it used to be. All right, let's get into it. Number 10, grocery bags. You used to buy groceries and they gave you a bag to carry them in. Now I spend $200 and they want 10 cents for a bag. Like the bag is some kind of upgrade. Number 9, air for your tires. Air used to be free because it's air. You filled up your tank, topped off your tires, and went about your day. Now there's a machine that wants $2 in quarters for air, and half the time it don't even work. You leave madder than when you pulled in. That ain't inflation. That's robbery with a wheeze. Number 8, checking accounts. When I opened my first bank account, the bank said, "Thank you for trusting us with your money." That was the whole arrangement. Now they charge you to hold your money. Charge you if it's low. Charge you if you touch it wrong. My granddaddy kept cash in a coffee can. I used to laugh at him. Now I check my balance, and then I laugh nervously. Number 7, checked luggage. A plane ticket used to include your belongings. That was understood. You bought a seat, your clothes came with you. Now your suitcase costs extra, weighs too much, and somehow that's your fault. You didn't opt out of baggage. You just wanted underwear at your destination. That used to be implied. Number 6, water at restaurants. $4 for bottled water is wild when it's the same stuff I got at home. Only difference is mine don't come with a speech about glaciers. And don't charge me for soda refills. I've seen what comes out of that machine. It's mostly ice. That ain't a refill. That's a weather event. Number 5, directory assistance. You used to dial 411 and a real human helped you find a number. Free, because you already paid for phone service. Then they charged for it until nobody used it. Now we pay for the internet instead. Somewhere along the way, they forgot the service part. Number 4, TV. We had free TV with commercials. Everybody understood the deal. Then we paid for cable and still got commercials. Now we pay for streaming and still get commercials unless we pay more. That ain't progress. That's running in a circle with a bill in your hand. Number 3, road maps. Gas stations used to give them away. Big paper maps that showed you where you were and where you were going. Now you need a phone, a data plan, and an app that tracks everywhere you go. My paper map never judged me. It just folded up and minded its business. Number 2, a real human on the phone. Customer service used to mean a person listened and helped. You didn't have to buy a subscription just to talk to somebody with a pulse. Now it's buttons, robots, and hold music you didn't ask for. And the second you finally beg for representative, they hit you with, for faster service, upgrade to premium. Premium? Just to get the thing that used to be free? By the time you reach a human, you forgot why you called. And when you do reach them, half the time they say, I can help you if you pay the convenience fee. Now, finally, number 1, peace and quiet. I'm serious. Peace and quiet. Used to be you could sit on your porch and just be. No buzzing, no notifications, no one asking for your attention. Now everything wants something from you. Your phone, your watch, probably your refrigerator too. Silence used to be normal. Now it's a luxury. And the older you get, the more you miss it. So there you have it. 10 things that used to be free. I ain't against progress. I'm just saying not everything needs a price tag. Some things were better when they were just part of the deal. Tell me what I missed in the comments.
Yeah, you got that right. Who wants to pay for that stuff? I want to show you a jersey that Tammy sent me, that where she's at the rink right now. I want you to look at this jersey. Read what it says on there, guys. United States, land of the free, home of the brave. Is that a jersey or what? That's a jersey right there. Thank you for that, Tammy. That's a jersey right there, I'm telling you. All right. Thanks for that, old timer. That's Kurt's grandpa, he said. That's Kurt's grandpa right there, man. That guy was right on the money right there, right? All right. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. This is a good one. Did you guys ever watch Police Academy? Did you ever watch that? Remember the black guy that did all those sound effects? I think this is the right one. Take a look at this.
Metal, please. Come through again, please.
It's probably the buckle, sir. Here, I'll get it.
Away from me, Proctor.
Thanks. Come through, please.
Very funny, Jones.
That guy's funny right there. He could do some freaking hilarious stuff right there. I got to remember to delete this stuff so I don't forget to, and I'll show them to you guys again. Where are we at? Oh, okay, we got time. Let's see. Nope, let's go ahead and let's get into... All right, I hope you guys got your hats on, and let's see if you guys can figure these ones out, because this is one that I haven't heard one for quite some time now, and I want to see if you guys can give me the title of this one. Check this out.
I get $10 on plump too, Susie.
Hit the floor, asshole.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time some piece of shit pointed a gun at me, I'd be a rich man.
Look at your long, wide, and deep motorhead.
Pump all the gas you can hold.
That's not good business.
Hey, mister. Got a name?
Okay, guys, let's see it. Radical right. No idea. What? Seen this clip, no idea what it is. Really? I got you guys. Oh, shit. Mark got it over there. Over in the UK. No rock. And no on that first one there, radical right. But this is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Yes, it is, guys. I didn't get Mark, but I got everybody else. That's a first. That is a first for me. I got everybody but one. Harley Davidson, Gregory Corn Jr. just got it over there. Yes, it is. Greg got it over there. Mark cheated. Pat said Mark cheated. I don't think he. Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know how you could. But anyways, okay, guys. Here is number 2. Okay, there is number 2. Oh, Colin from Scotland knocked it out right there. What else we got? One Dover hit it. Oh, damn. Noah Terminator. Yes, Shell. Rock Justice, Texas John. Oh, man. Fixer got it. Oh, man. Yes, it is, guys. It is called The Predator, a 1987 movie there, The Predator. Holy shit. Can you guys name the black guy that was on there? What other movie was he on? You guys remember that? Yeah. Yeah, it was. You guys got to know that one. I'll leave that in there for a second. I'm going to delete it. But you guys know what movie that guy played on. Oh, yeah. And let's see, which last one here? I got an easier one for you. Yes, Rock Justice. Yes, exactly, Colin. Yes, Radical Right knew that one. Stallone was good in that one. Yes, it is Rocky. Apollo Creed himself. That's right. Gotta love that, right? And I think this is going to be an easy one for you guys. I think it is. This last one I got for you. Here it is.
I know what you're thinking, punk. You're thinking, did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Now, to tell you the truth, I forgot myself in all this excitement. But being this is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Lone Star Lady even got it. Lone Star Lady. Wow. Everybody's knocking it out. Dirty Harry all over the place. Oh, you guys did an awesome job on that. That was the best right there. The best Clint Eastwood with Any Which Way But Loose or Any Which Way You Can. That was funny. With the monkey, with the orangutan. That was a great movie with him. But I like look this one, Dirty Harry. I liked that back in the day when that was in there. I can't even remember what year that one was. But that was also a great movie right there. You guys did awesome tonight. I'm telling you what. And I hope if Mark would have got it, I would have had my first win of getting everybody on something. But I didn't get it because Mark got it. That's crazy right there. Mark knew the Harley Davidson and Marlboro, man. Yes. It didn't, Don Johnson playing that too? Wasn't he the Marlboro man? I think he was. I can't remember. That's been so long ago. But hey, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight on this Throwback Thursday. Don't forget, I will not be here tomorrow. I'm taking a long weekend, but I enjoyed you guys being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. He's 95. Yes, he is. And he's still going strong. I'm telling you. I thought so, John. Don Johnson was in that. He was great too there, guys. I'm telling you, it was an awesome time. Hey, guys, I enjoyed tonight. I hope you guys did enjoy the show. Don't forget to have a great weekend and come back and join us on Monday at 9 p.m. regular time. And if I can remember, next Thursday for Throwback Thursday, I'm going to start at 8 instead of 8:30. And then we can have more time, and I'll download some more stuff for Throwback Thursday edition of the stuff. And so we can have an hour of each if she's still doing it. I don't know when she's giving it up or if she's coming back to Thursdays or not. I'm not sure, but we're going to see. But thank you guys for tuning in for tonight, and I'm going to leave you with this. Because the clock is catching up to us, guys, and the time machine is coming back in for a landing. But before we step back into the reality of 2026, I need to say a massive shout out to every single one of you, and thank you for being here tonight. And I do hope you enjoyed the Throwback Thursday as much as I do enjoy bringing it to you. So to the Patriots in chat, you guys were absolutely on fire tonight. The energy, the memories, and the way you stand for the truth while we're uncovering these blackmail schemes and the missing scientists. That is why I do this show. You guys are awesome. You are not just viewers, you are friends, and I love every one of you for being here. You are the backbone of this community. I hope tonight's trip in the past gave you the spark of nostalgia you needed to recharge your spirits and remind you of what we're actually fighting for. But the work doesn't stop here, guys. Make sure you're back here live on Monday night, 9 p.m. for another great weekend wrap-up here on the Conservative Viewpoint, guys. You never know what's going to come out. A lot's going on, so make sure you join me for a great show. It's probably going to be a doozy for what's been going on this past week. Knew we were in for a world of shit in here, huh? So until then, guys, the world out there might be getting darker, but as long as we keep the light of truth on and the spirit of the past alive, they can't win. So go hug your families, keep your eyes open, and stay free. I'm Charlie. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and I'll see you guys Monday night. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you then. Good night, everyone.